Hey, this is Don from Muse, and you're listening to Rick Lee on Sonic 1029.
You're sounding crystal clear. It's like you're actually in the studio with me.
I know, yeah. I'm looking at a chair with no one in it, but a microphone in front of it, so it's kind of like an invisible host right now.
Just envision me. Just pretend I'm a hologram or something.
I know, but it's as clear as if you're there.
Nice. Whereabouts are you? Describe your surroundings. Like which continent are you on, or which country are you in?
I'm in Los Angeles in a studio called Village Studios, which I'd actually never heard of before, but it seems it's quite a historic place. You know, lots of huge albums have been done here, like Rumours by the band's name, Fleetwood Mac.
Yes.
Yeah, loads of stuff. They got loads of discs all over the walls of like loads of like classic stuff. Stones, Goat's Head Soup, and stuff like that was done here.
Was
some of it.
Was the Second Law done there as well? Like your new album?
No, it wasn't actually. No, it was it was done in London, but I've never heard of this studio before, so I'm surprised. It's great. I think Biffy Clyro are in right now.
Oh, nice. Now, are you actually actually live in LA, right, Dom, or do you take residence there?
Yeah, just over the last 18 months or so. Yeah, I've been here, a bit here in London because we've been working in London, making the album and stuff. So kind of splitting my time, I suppose. But yeah, spending quite a bit of time in LA over the last 18 months. It's been fun. Well, I enjoy it over here. It's great.
Can you live a quiet life in LA more so than in London, or is it just or you can't even walk around the street without being noticed?
I can walk around the street without being noticed, but it's definitely impossible to live a quiet life in Los Angeles because there's just too much to do.
Yeah.
Too much fun to be had. And but it's a fun town. I like it. I've got some friends here, and I like hanging around and going out and seeing gigs, and enjoying the kind of scene. I guess I'm around Hollywood at the moment, but that whole scene is so like vibrant with rock and roll music because you've got so many classic, historic rock venues down in that area. So I like it, man. It's cool.
I'm surprised you're not in in London with the whole Olympic thing. Or do you have Olympic fever at all, or is it something that you wanted to avoid at all costs?
No, I mean we had to come out here just because we're doing some a bit of work, a few interviews, chatting to you, for example.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're doing a bit of that, and but I did watch the opening ceremony on the TV.
And what did you think about that?
Ago.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I actually had a little twinge of being patriotic, which I never do because I'm just not patriotic at all. But it's nice. It was great to see London, just in its glory of hosting the Olympics, and it was just even though I was there just last week, it was just nice to see just to see the city. It's looking great, and some amazing shots, amazing aerial views of the city, and the Queen jumping out the helicopter was kind of funny. But I thought I did well. Like in England, there's been so much, a little bit of skepticism really about, like cabbies moaning and it's going to be a bloody nightmare around here with the Olympics and, and the tubes being packed and stuff like that. But I'm like, this is great. This is genius. This is once in a lifetime. So,
or once in
Chris just got him, and he said the vibe's good anyway. The vibe's good in London.
Yeah, once in every 3 lifetimes for Londoners, I guess.
If you're about to turn 100, yes.
True. Now, did you hear Survival, like your song, during the games at all, or I was told that it was going to be played during the opening ceremonies, but I didn't get a chance.
No, not in the opening because we're probably going to play at the closing ceremony.
Oh,
but as far as like how the song is used and this and that, I don't really know. I mean, I think they're going to play it like bollocks. It's a bit unprofessional, isn't it?
It's okay. Maybe that's the Queen.
It's like English manager.
Maybe that's the Queen saying, "Hey, do you mind not talking about the closing ceremonies?" Is that top secret too, or
not anymore?
No. So, what is it like to having your song being one of the themes of the London Olympics?
I mean, it's cool. It's cool. I guess we're kind of, we're honoured, I suppose, that they asked us to do it. I mean, it's pretty cool. And I think. It kind of came around by chance, really. I mean, they asked us ages ago whether we would think about doing some music for the Olympics, and that kind of came and went, and months went by of nothing happening, and then they asked us to play at the closing ceremony, and we were like, cool, and then we met them anyway, the Olympic guys, and we showed them some songs, and then they they heard this one song, Survival, and they said we'd love to use that for the Olympics. So, and that was the one that we had in mind when they first approached us, 6 months before. So it kind of all came around by chance. But I think it's cool, I think it's going to be, I think the song, I think what we did with the song is we kind of wanted to we ended up making that song sound as big and as bombastic as possible anyway, with the, putting a choir on there, and, just the way the song kind of builds up to this huge crescendo is very kind of epic and bombastic. And I think it just somehow, it reflects the Olympics, the size of what the Olympics is, which is, there's this huge, this huge competition. So it's, I think they kind of, when you see it with the visual, there's a little video out there online that you can see at the moment, and you see like a lot of like old classic, historic Olympic moments, and that in conjunction with the music, it's funny how well it ties in together.
Yeah, and actually 2 songs of yours made it in the opening ceremonies too, like Uprising and Maps of.
Yeah,
yeah,
I know. Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was a nice little moment in the opening ceremony. I suppose Danny Ball's like doing his. It's all him, and he's doing his that piece in particular was like kind of some kind of cross section of the last so many decades of British music. Yeah. And so the fact that he used a little bit of Uprising is pretty cool.
I gotta mention one more thing. The torch relay. What was that like being part of that? Was it? Do you get to actually keep the torch?
We had to buy it for £200.
Oh. And you did,
which is, and there's only one. I mean, there's only 8,000 actually, but because there's 8,000 torch bearers, and if you wanted to keep it, you had to buy it for £200.
Oh, you did, right? You must.
We did, okay, and I think it's currently residing above Matt Nan's mantelpiece in Devon somewhere. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think you can find them on eBay if you look.
Well, you actually met a council leader in your hometown, which led to running town council for a day. Can you tell us more about that? Or
that's just something off the internet.
Oh, really? So that's a false story.
I know we didn't. I know Matt has met he's met the councillor down there, the local councillor, but we haven't like ran the town or anything for a day. Not yet. Anyway, but I mean, no.
What would be the first thing that you do if you did run the town for the day?
Let's clean up those streets. I don't know. I mean, it's a nice town. I mean, I don't know what I'd do.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to hang around there, and like, we found like there was nothing for us to do down there when we were growing up. So we used to like hang around underneath the pier drinking cider when we were like, underage, which is because we felt like there's nothing to do. But I think they're trying to like. I know for like years, I mean, I'm a fan of skateboarding, as I used to skateboard when I was a kid, but like for years and years and years, they were trying to build a skate park for like all the local skaters to go and hang around in. So I'd probably make sure that actually happens if it hasn't done already.